So what I've realized is that most people are in really dark spaces in their life, and that drives a lot of negative behavior in academia, in business, in the world around us. And from there, what's ending up happening is that people feel that they're somehow not in the right space, and so they don't necessarily have the patience to do things that are long-term to make a positive change in their life, whether it is doing something like, writing an academic paper, for example, or is where I started. Sorry, it's a little cold. Whether it is, doing weight loss, whether it is, starting a business, anything like that. And I realized through this whole journey of the Reciprocity Project is that it is largely people feeling not great about themselves. And then that drives impatience in their behavior. And they do things that are not necessarily beneficial for anybody around them or themselves. So I actually want to talk about that today. So if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Maslach, an Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship. And I created this whole Reciprocity Project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor forward to help you out. When I started the Reciprocity Project, I began as all people need is information. And then once they have information, then they could do really good things in their life. Actually, I started even before that. I thought, all we need is a technology. And if we have a technology that's available, then people will be able to write much more effectively. I was looking at my own problems, and what I was looking for was some sort of technical solution. And I built this reciprocity platform. The E is written with a 3. Go check it out. And it's, I'm continuously building more stuff on it. But when I realized after a while is that nobody was paying attention to it. And so then I started putting out YouTube videos and doing information about, what is it like to be a graduate student, all sorts of different things like that. And then over time, what I've realized, it's not about the information. That's not what people are looking for. It's actually much more deeper than that. And as I've gone and realized that, a lot of the stuff where I felt insecure or not great with myself, or, people doing not great things in the world around us really has to do with a lot of, things like emotional regulation, for example, or feeling insecure about yourself, or feeling inferior, or having to deal with somebody that's very narcissistic, for example. All of these kind of things drives a lot of us to do not great behaviors, where we feel like we have to do something right away to prove to other people. We feel that we have to get that publication, for example. I know lots of you are academics. We feel that we have to, for entrepreneurs, we have to build something, and it has to be within the next year, that it's got to go to $100 million, whatever it is. We feel that if we don't lose weight when we start, that, within that first month or two, and we don't lose weight, and we're on this journey towards losing weight, that we feel like we haven't accomplished anything. And it's all about dealing with how we, dealing with the combination of experiencing failure and problems and all of those kind of things, but as well dealing with, things like what people perceive of you, or, how you feel that other people are perceiving you within a culture of where people are expecting things of you. And what we really need to do is question all of that. Question whether we need to go to thinking about what other people are thinking of us, and really start working on some of those things. And so what this channel and what I've evolved towards is being a lot more open about my own insecurities, being a lot more really just getting at some of those things that are tough to talk about, and being open with you and talking about these kind of things, and realizing that it's okay to deal with some of these things. And as you go about your day, what I realize is that people need to hear these positive messages every day to deal with some of these things. Because if you're not in academia, dealing with getting productivity numbers, which are really pretty arbitrary, but you're an entrepreneur and you're dealing with arbitrary numbers of, I need to hit this X thing within the next year, or you're in sales and you have to meet these sales numbers, or you're an R&D engineer and you need to have X number of innovations, or you're a parent and you need to have your kids go into X high school, or you're a kid and you need to get into this particular high school, or you need to get onto the sports team or nobody is going to like me. All of those things come down to how we feel and deal with things when things are not going our way. And then as well, how do we feel about other people, and what is our relationship with other people that are around us. So it's not necessarily having to do with getting more information in this world, or it's not to do with having a technical solution of this is the way that we need to prevent these things from happening. Those things are important. Having that information, having the information at your fingertips, having the technical solution that's going to help you, those things are important. But what's more important is your ability to experience a negative event, in which we all experience them. That is what life is about. There are moments where things are not going to go your way. There's a lot of negativity that happens in one's life, whether it's from macro events like a global economic crisis, or a pandemic that we've never seen in the last 100 years, or dealing with your parents not being happy with who you are. We need to figure out how to deal with these things and take incremental steps, and have the confidence to say, hey, I'm me and I'm okay. And I'm just going to keep going forward with who I am. And those people that want to judge or make you feel bad or put you down or all of those things, realizing it's not you. It's not. It really is not you. It is them that is dealing with their own emotional problems. And it took me so long to figure that out. It's not easy dealing with that stuff. It never is. And it hurts. And we all have these moments where we don't want to deal with these people, or they look at you the wrong way. After you've done something, you put in a lot of work and effort, and you think that you're proud of this thing, but it just does not quite work out. And that happens to all of us. But then when it doesn't quite work out, somebody that's close to you, whether it's your boss or your supervisor, whether it's a friend, or whether it is a parent, your siblings, they look at you and they say, who is this person? They're a complete failure. They're not doing the right things. And what they're not seeing is that it's just random chance. Negative things happen. You did everything right. You did everything right, but things just did not work out. And we have to come to terms with those people that are doing that. They're projecting their own insecurities and their own emotional problems onto you because they were treated poorly back when they were younger, or they were going through similar experiences, or they just don't know how to deal with those negative things that happen in their life. So if I can get you to just be okay, if I could just get you to smile and think about like how lucky and fortunate you are, and think about, just You're doing the right things. And you just have to keep going, taking those steps forward. There's a lot of things that are systematically wrong in this world and that do hold you back and that are not great. There's tons of those. I can go and I can analyze the world in 30 seconds and give you many different things that hold you back and prevent you from doing whatever it is that you're wanting to do. But you can't control that stuff. That stuff is outside of your control. What you need to do is just get up and be kind to yourself. And if you can be kind to yourself every day and smile and be the person that just takes that step every day, one more step, and feeling okay with the fact that you're taking that one step, that is a good thing. That is positive change. Ignore those people that are pulling you down in your life. It ain't going to help to focus on them. You need to take that positive change today.